Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. Got a wild story for you here today titled, My Girlfriend Broke Up With Me to See If I Would Pursue Her, and She Was Shocked When I Dumped Her. So this is kind of one of those stories where the woman expects the man to fight for her, fight for the relationship, even though she threw him away, which is just incredibly damn stupid, and something that men will not generally put up with. But guys, before we jump into today's nonsense, just a quick announcement. I am going to be starting a second channel where I will post daily TikTok videos. A lot of you guys are missing those videos. I have stopped them temporarily over on this channel because, quite frankly, they make me feel as though I am becoming stupider every single time I listen to them. But because a lot of you guys like them, I'll be returning to doing them one time per day over on my second channel until either A, I get sick of doing them, or B, I come to be able to withstand the absolute nonsense that is women on TikTok. So I'm going to leave a link to the second channel in the pinned comment, guys. Make sure you go and check it out if you are interested in that sort of thing. And let's jump right back into the nice and calm article that we have here today of a woman acting completely bananas. So this is a 27-year-old man and a 25-year-old girlfriend. Let's jump into it. He says, I, a 27-year-old male, thought that my girlfriend, who is 25, was serious, but it was all a test. We had been dating for just under 2 years. I am 27, she's 25. We were not living together, but we spent most of our time at one another's apartments. She shared a routine. We shared a routine, planned trips together, even talked about getting a dog. But from my side, things felt consistent. Nothing perfect, but nothing broken. Then out of nowhere, she told me that she needed to, quote unquote, take a step back. Guys, whenever women, please understand that whenever women say crap like this, like, oh, we need a break, I need to figure out who I am, okay, or I need to take a step back, what it means is some bullcrap is about to follow right after. She's about to hit you with the biggest load of nonsense that you've ever heard. And what it really means is that there's another dude that she's interested in that she's probably already seeing. Women love to take step backs when there's another dude for them to go to. That's really what this is, guys. But nothing more, nothing less. It wasn't a huge fight or some emotional moment that triggered it. We had dinner together, watched something on Netflix, and then she said she wanted to talk. She used words like unsure, conflicted, not feeling like herself lately. She said maybe it was best if we took a break or ended things outright. It didn't feel like she was upset or heartbroken. It felt like she was delivering a script, and so I said, all right. I don't... so this guy said, no problem. If you want to take a step back, that is totally fine. If you want to have a break from the relationship, peace out, right? Goodbye, good riddance. He said, not a problem. She wanted to take a step back. He said, okay. Man listens to the woman, and then, of course, it is a problem. And so he says here, by the way, that it felt like she was delivering a script. So the reason why it felt like she was delivering a script was because she planned this ahead of time. It probably was a script, to be honest with you. She probably wrote down some notes, okay, about how she was going to frame it to the guy. It was absolutely thought out ahead of time. Let's continue. He says, I didn't scream or anything. I didn't ask her to rethink it. I just took her at her word. I left that night and didn't contact her after. If someone tells me they are done, I'm not going to try and persuade them otherwise. I assume adults mean what they say, especially when it comes to something this serious. Yeah, see, the problem here is that this man, right, how dare he? He's actually thinking with logic, okay? He's saying, well, the woman said she didn't want to continue the relationship. Fine, I'm going to listen to the woman, okay? This is what women say that they want all the time. We just wish men would listen to us, right? Why aren't men good listeners? They never understand what we're saying, okay? But men will listen to things, and they will absolutely adhere to what women say. Women have been saying for like the last decade, okay, that they don't want to be approached by men. Men listen to that. We said, okay, not a problem. And then the women are pissed off about it when you don't approach them. You know, it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't as a man. You listen, you're the problem. You don't listen, you're also the problem. It's crazy. So he left that night and didn't contact her. I think that's what threw her off, the silence. The next few days were uneventful. I buried myself in work, I hit the gym, caught up with a few friends, then the messages started coming in. First it was a song, then a meme we once laughed at, then a picture from a vacation, and then finally, so you're not going to come after me, she said. That line hit differently, not because I wanted to chase her, but because it confirmed exactly what I suspected. This wasn't a breakup, it was a setup. She didn't want to end the relationship, she wanted to provoke me into chasing her. Let me just say, this is a very, very stupid strategy that women do to try and get men to chase them, okay? Because men are logical creatures, okay? If you say that you want to break up, men are going to perceive that as though you want to break up. They're not going to go out here and fight for you and try to make things work. I mean, simps will do that, right? But simps, number one, you know, oftentimes are vetted out of relationships to begin with anyway, unless the woman is getting older and she needs a meal ticket. Okay, but the only dudes that are going to do this, realistically, dudes who are complete clowns, and then the women don't want them anyway. It's funny to me because the men who would chase in a situation like this, the women don't want these guys anyway. They treat them like absolute trash. You will become one of those people that she just uses for free attention and validation if you chase her after she leaves you. Chasing women is such a waste of time. It is absolutely insane, guys. It is one of the most counterproductive things that you can actually do. Even if you're someone who actually wants to get women, ironically enough, guys, going out there and chasing them is one of the stupidest things you can do because women are repulsed by it anyway. It's ridiculous. So he ignored the first message, replied politely to the second, but when she finally confronted me directly, I responded, "You ended it. Why would I chase someone who pushed me away on purpose?" She hit back with a string of paragraphs. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not reading all of that. I'm just not. So she had a string of paragraphs about how she thought I'd fight for us, that she needed to feel chosen, and that she expected me to show her how much she meant to me. He says, I told her bluntly that if she needed to fake a breakup to feel validated, that spoke more about her insecurities than my level of commitment. That did not go over well. She said that I was cold, emotionally detached, and clearly not as serious as she thought. But I was serious. I just don't use manipulation to measure love. I don't chase people to prove my worth, etc., etc. Eventually, I just love how, like, when men put in minimal effort, then women decide to come around and, you know, try and fix things. It's always hilarious. Eventually, she asked to meet up again to talk about what happened, not to apologize, but to reevaluate the relationship and see if we could reset. That was the moment I realized I was done. Even if I still had feelings for her, I didn't trust her anymore. I didn't trust that the next serious talk wouldn't be another test. I didn't trust that she wouldn't pull this kind of emotional bait again. So I said no. I told her that I do not want to be with someone who needed chaos to feel connection, etc., etc. The problem is, guys, there are so many women who are like this, by the way, right? If everything's going smooth, everything's going calm, the relationship's going great, maybe the marriage is going great, whatever. There are so many women out there, guys, who will just cause headaches for no reason. You know, they will cause chaos. They will cause drama. And this is why, honestly, a lot of men don't want to deal with modern day women. Because dudes don't like this. You know, men just, when they come home, they don't want to feel chaos, okay? They don't want to feel uncertainty. They don't want to feel even more stressed. Like, this is the opposite of what men actually desire when they're looking for a woman to have a long-term relationship with. And yet women will just introduce this crap and then wonder why men don't want them. You know, where are all of the good men? Where are all of the self-respecting masculine men? They don't want to date you because you're intolerable. Very, very simple. So she couldn't believe I wouldn't take her back. She cried. She told me that she made a mistake, said she thought this would bring us closer in the end, but it didn't bring us closer. It made it clear that she didn't value peace or communication or mutual trust. She valued attention, and that is not what I am offering. It's good to see that this dude actually understood what was going on here, right? That she was just looking for extra attention. She was just looking for validation. And of course, when the man sat there and he said, I'm not going to give you these things, what did she do? She came crawling back. She came begging, trying to make the relationship work again, guys. I find it so funny when men withdraw their attention, the women lose all power and oftentimes they end up crawling back. It's ridiculous. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you check out the second channel, link in the pinned comment. I will start uploading to it tomorrow. So make sure you go check that out. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.